Good evening, everyone. So, I'm picking up pretty much where I left off from the last video. All I did was run down to this area. I had picked a few herbs along the way. I'm actually going to where Ursel the Mauler is. Down in this corner down here. And there should be a rare spawn more than likely patrolling, unless somebody has been by to kill it recently, which they may have, because I don't see it at the moment. Surprisingly, my inventory isn't terribly full at the moment. I remember thinking I should have brought some or bought some more water. If I get lucky though, they might drop some. I'm surprised they haven't been running because they are humanoids. Just kind of trying to keep an eye out because since that rare spawn isn't here right now, he may spawn in the near future. Oh, there he is. Oh no, that's Ursel the Mauler. That's who I'm actually going to be going after. I don't have any food cooked up, do I? Which is surprising. I was gonna eat some, but I didn't have any cooked up, so since I was waiting for my health and my mana to regenerate, I might as well get that out of the way now. do want to be a little careful because some of these are casters and some of these are not. So if he were to get near to that one as I was attacking, he probably would have came and went after me. I'm actually going to hearth back since that's off of cooldown. I wasn't gonna fight all that stuff for the earth root. And let's see what he has to say. Lunacy, you have proven yourself a most worthy and able druid, a night elf who follows the path of honor as sure as you do, is certain to find great glory in this world. May the forest spirits protect you wherever your travels may take you. So, I am gonna peek to see if the cooking trainer has anything else that I can learn real quick. Oh yeah. And a recipe that I can learn. Quite a bit of stuff for the vendor. And I can't remember if I've checked in with the trainer anytime recently. Yeah, I'm all caught up on that stuff. So, I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna teleport to Moonglade for my druid quest. It's a little weird that I shouldn't say it's weird. I forget that there are achievements because I've been playing Classic for a while and there's not achievements in WoW Classic. And so it begins, Father Cenarius, and so it begins. Dendrite makes a quick, invisible gesture in the air above him. A slight aura of power falls over him. The first perspective of nature you must adapt to is that of the bear. I will put you on the path to understanding this aspect of druidic life, but it is you that must embrace it and propagate it, now and forever. The Great Bear Spirit. In the northwest part of Moonglade resides the home of a wise and noble being we call the Great Bear Spirit. For all druids, it has served as a tutor and mentor into the first true natural understanding of the bear. All druids at one point seek the spirit's wisdom, and you shall be no exception. Go to the Great Bear Spirit now and learn what it will teach. When it is satisfied with you, return to me here in Night Haven. We will see if you have truly taken account of the lessons it teaches. Quest objectives: seek out the Great Bear Spirit in northwestern Moonglade and learn what it has to share with you about the nature of the bear. When finished, return to Dendrite Starblaze in Night Haven Moonglade. So, I don't recall there being too many enemies, if any, in Moonglade. In Wrath of the Lich King, it was, I think, primarily just for exactly what I'm using it for now. It's just, I think, for druid quests. And then I think once a year for the Chinese New Year event, there's, it's I think called Lunar Festival. So here he is, the Great Bear Spirit. The bear spirit looks upon you with a calm and peaceful gaze. You hear a voice speak to you as though it was coming from the bear, but the creature makes no indication that it is speaking. Greetings, my young friend. If you have come to me seeking guidance, then perhaps I can help you find what you seek. What do you represent, spirit? I represent the strength which bolsters you as a young druid. You have come to me to learn this strength, young one, and I will teach this to you. I will teach you all that is the spirit bear, provided you will listen and understand. In order to know what it means to draw upon my spirit, you need to understand the importance of the strength of the body as well as the strength of the heart. I seek to understand the importance of the strength of the body. Strength of the body is the power and swiftness of action. You must keep yourself fit at all times, both physically and mentally. The bear's girth highlights its strength, as it is a ferocious foe in combat. The bear's girth, however, belies its lithe agility and sharp mind. These are surprises you will use to your advantage. You must rely on strength of the bear's body in order to master the way of the claw. I seek to understand the importance of strength of the heart. Strength of the heart is what gives you the resolve to action that is rooted in intents that are pure and forthright. To keep the balance is not to be compliant or banal. You must show resolve for that which you believe in, and you must be willing to fight for it. The mother bear shows endless conviction in protecting her young, as does an elder bear protecting its den. It is this resolve, this strength of heart, which you must come to know if you are to master the way of the claw. I have heard your words, great bear spirit, and I understand. I now seek your blessings to fully learn the way of the claw. It remains to be seen if you are ready, young one. Even the wisest and oldest of druids are never truly ready when their ultimate time of testing comes. You have heard my words, and now you must move on. Heed what I have taught you. That will be a time when you will have your strength tested. You must face your foe as the bear would, with strength of the body and with strength of the heart. Learn from the fight, young one. Go with my blessings. So then I'm just going to teleport. Take a little drink of tea here. Dendrite makes another invisible gesture in the air above him as you approach. Another aura of power comes over him, and he smiles ever so slightly. I sense wisdom in you, young one, that was not present when we first met. You gaze upon me with strength and knowing intent, though this intent is not yet focused. You will now learn to focus your strength and adopt the nature of the bear into your work. The time has come for us to part ways, young one, as the appreciation of your lessons takes you back to whom that sent you to me. Mathrigil Bearwalker walks truly in balance with nature, even as he dwells precariously close to where the balance has faltered. Listen to his instructions, and you will soon complete your first lessons into your role as a protector of balance. Go now, young one. We shall meet again. Return to Darnassus and speak with Mathrigil Bearwalker in the Cenarian Enclave. So, unfortunately, my hearth is on cooldown, but I do know how to get back. And again, it's only a thing that druids can do to get back. And it's a flight path. It's really interesting. There are like vendors and stuff here, but there's no quests other than the druid quests that I know of. Maybe I'll find out more in my playthrough of Classic, but I don't know that there was ever really quests here. There's nothing marked on it, or on the map at least. Just a lone mailbox. There's another flight path. I can't remember if this flight path takes me to Darkshore, or if it, I think it takes me to Darnassus. Pretty sure. Those 19s and 20s. I will not be fighting those anytime soon, because they will kill me. Murlocs, some Loch Ness monsters. I think they're called threshers. So it's taking me back to Darnassus. There are quite a few quests that do start in Darkshore, but I think I'm gonna do Azurmist Isle next, just because it's easy to forget about if you're not a Draenei. And I am curious about the story that goes on there. I know the simple version of it, but I look forward to reading through some of those quests. I'm getting quite a few achievements today. Granted, they are easier ones, but all the same. And since I'm here, I will turn in the Nessa Shadow Song quest. Yes, I have need of a courier who will take a package to Darkshore. Will you help me? The fishermen of Ruthurian village do very well, for the fish here are extremely large and abundant. I would like to compare the bounty here with that of the mainland. I have a collection of fish bones and scales that I would like taken to a colleague of mine in Darkshore. His name is Lirad. He is a fish vendor in the village of Aberdeen. Bring my collection to our hippogriff master Vespiritus and speak to him about traveling to Aberdeen. Which I will be doing, but first I am going to turn in my druid quest. I always forget how much riding costs. I probably won't have enough, but okay, 3 gold and 60 silver. Yeah, I probably won't have enough gold for a little while, but I try to remember how much it is, just so I don't spend too much. But I do get travel form in a few levels as well. Welcome back, Lunacy. I sense that your first meeting with the Great Bear Spirit is the same as it is with all druids when they first start down the path of the Claw. A little bewildering, but very intense. I know it was that way with me. The Great Bear Spirit has been a part of Azeroth as long as Azeroth has existed in the heavens. We have come to rely on its wisdom and its power to fuel our purpose. The time has now come for you, for your first test of this purpose. Listen closely. Directly east of Aberdeen lay many moonkin caves. The one closest to Aberdeen has a moonkin stone inside it. Lunaclaw, the defender of the stone, will face you only when Cenarian moondust is applied to it. Lunaclaw possesses within it a strength that you must use as one of the claw. You've earned the right to use this Cenarian moondust lunacy. Now, show me that you've earned the right to possess the strength of body and the strength of heart needed as a druid. So the quest objectives: use the Cenarian moondust on the Moonkin Stone of Aberdeen to bring forth Lunaclaw. From there, you must face Lunaclaw and earn the strength of body and heart it possesses. And then speak with Mathergil, Bearwalker, and Darnassus when you are done. I'm not sure why he had me targeted. So I may have to slightly delay my trip to Azurmist Isle for my druid class quest. Which is fine, it's just one quest. But I know with traveling and everything, sometimes it takes a little bit. The Bounty of Teldrassil. How may I help you? Are you in need of transport? Ah, you wish to get this to Aberdeen? Very well. From Rithurian, there are two methods of travel to Aberdeen, by ferry and by hippogriff. Both are both are quick and reliable, but if you have not yet flown to Aberdeen by hippogriff, then I suggest you do. It is sound advice to speak with the hippogriff master in every town that has one. Once you speak to the master, you can fly there from other towns. Here is Nessa's collection. Speak with me again when you are ready to fly to Aberdeen and deliver Nessa's collection to Laird. Ride a hippogriff to Aberdeen from the hippogriff master Vespiritus, then bring Nessa's collection to Laird, which I am ready to do. Uh-oh. I seem to remember this bug. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to disable just gonna do it the way that I normally do. I'm sorry for the background noise. I forget that there is this bug, I think with the flight paths. still not working. Very interesting. And they were all disabled. I wonder if that one was it. That was it? Okay. Yeah, Questy is the only one that I want enabled because I think Questy doesn't cause it to bug, but Quest Helper does. I thought I uninstalled Quest Helper, but maybe I'm mistaken. So if any of you play and you have that issue, I would recommend switching from Quest Helper to Questy. So as you notice by the look of the mini-map, there are tons of quests. I will turn in the Nessa Shadow Song one. Have you come from Teldrassil? Tell me, how is the fishing there? A package from Nessa? Thank you, Lunacy. She told me she would send me samples of the fish caught near Arthurian village. She thinks they may be very different from the fish caught here. My, the jawbone is nearly twice the size of the same fish found here. And these scales are as big as closed fist. Amazing. Return to Nessa. I must send a response to Nessa. She'll be very interested to know how different the fish here are from those along Teldrassil's coastline. We can only guess the cause, but it is my suspicion that the world tree itself is affecting the wildlife around it. Please, take this response to Nessa. If you wish to take a hippogriff back to Arthurian, then speak with the hippogriff master Kylus Moonfeather. If you wish to take the ferry, then one regularly departs from the dock to the northwest. To the northwest. Okay, so I do remember which one that is. I'm just trying to compare it in my head to Classic. Which it is the same for Classic. So I'm going to head over here for my druid quest. I'm hoping it doesn't give me too much trouble, which I don't think it should. But I may still have to be a little bit careful. Because these enemies are a little bit stronger than what I'm used to. Regain a little bit of mana. Then I'm going to drink some water before I go into the little den here. Summon Lunaclaw. She seems pissed. The slain spirit of Lunaclaw stares at you intently as though wanting something from you. You have fought well, spirit. I ask you to grant me the strength of your body and the strength of your heart. The spirit looks intently into your eyes and grasps your hand. You feel a warmth shoot through your body, almost knocking you to your knees. As the warmth passes, you feel the slight presence of the Ursine spirit within your being, bolstering your resolve. There is a silver leaf over there. I'm not gonna go for the herbs right now, though. Just because I kind of want to focus on the questing. I have quite a few elixirs at the moment, so I don't feel that there's a need to go and gather too many herbs at the moment. So I have to travel back to Darnassus and Ruthurian Village. I do have both of those quests ready for turn-in. And I am going to take the Flight Master as opposed to the boat. And it is working as needed now. So Questy does allow it to work, while Quest Helper does not. That is confirmed now. I am enjoying some blueberry green tea. It's quite delicious. It's starting to get a little chilly out, so I've been enjoying tea the last few days now, getting ready for the fall weather. It is my favorite time of the year. I think we have another heat wave next week, but I think after that, because we'll be in September, it's gonna be nice and comfortable. Let's see what she has to say. Lunacy, you're back from Aberdeen. Did you speak with Lyrid? This is very interesting. The fish here are large, but I didn't think the difference in bounties between here and the mainland was so great. There must be a reason for this. Well, thank you, Lunacy. I will discuss with the villagers the news you brought. Perhaps one day we will find the root of this oddity, but until then we shall reap its benefits. It's interesting. He thinks that the Teldrassil tree is making the fish twice the size. I wonder if that same theory is applied to the night elves themselves, because the night elves are very tall compared to a lot of the other races. Them and maybe the Draenei, but the Draenei are from space, so they're not from Azeroth, they're from Outlands. So I think them, the Night Elves, I think the only thing bigger than them is the Tauren. Body and heart. You have finally taken your large step into a much larger world, Lunacy. I sense the teaching of the great spirit or great bear spirit within you, and I sense that you have received the strength that Lunaclaw possessed. There are no further obstacles in your way. Let me teach you what it means to be a druid of the claw. So he taught me my bear form, as well as a couple of abilities to use in bear form. Usually I don't use my bear form very much, just because I'm not too much of a tank druid. Usually I spec for balance and I go the boomkin route. Every once in a while I'll go with restoration and be a healer, but it is nice to have options. So now, because I finished completely with Teldrassil, I am going to head to Azurmist Isle and get started on that story, because Azurmist will lead me to Bloodmist Isle, and after Bloodmist Isle I will be led back to Aberdeen anyways. Of course, this is not gonna all be happening in this video, because that would take me probably like 10 hours, but I exaggerate a little bit, but as I'm already at 45 minutes for this video, I don't feel like having a 4-hour video. Maybe another day perhaps, but not this one. So I'm actually going to be taking us up here. There is a lot of blank map, but this in particular is where I'll be going. And I assume, honestly, by the time I get there, it will be probably close to an hour mark. But I will take you guys along for the ride and probably just kind of chit chat. I almost felt a little bit bad for playing this character after my last video, even though all I did was I think I worked on the alchemy and picked some herbs and then ran over to where the quest I had was gonna take me. But it's nice to be along for the adventure. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna make it to this boat. Yeah, it's already setting sail. And that's the boat that takes me off to near Exeter. You can kind of see the sail is purpley. It's how you can tell that it is the boat for the Draenei. Unfortunately, there's not, I don't know the flight path for it, but I will learn it once I venture up there and talk to that flight master. Just like the quest giver in Rathurian Village said, he advised us, whenever you go to a new city with a flight master, you want to talk to them so that you're always able to fly back to that area from another flight master. So that is generally what I always do first. Flight is the fastest method of travel in Wrath of the Lich King. I think, other than portals. There are a few portals. I probably won't have access to them on this character anytime soon. Most of them are going to be in the main cities. And you can actually see, because of my add-on, they actually show where all the flight paths are. It's got mailboxes and summoning stones marked on our map. And of course, this is for the Alliance. I didn't really think about it, but yeah, that's for the Alliance. I forget about the Ghostlands. I completely forgot about that zone. As you can see, there's not too many flight paths in the north on this continent, because that's where the other faction primarily stays. There is Tirisfal. This is where the undead start. And Eversong is where the night elves start. And then Duratar is where the trolls and the orcs start. And Mulgore here is where the Tauren players start for the Horde. And we've seen where the Night Elves start. And then this is where we are headed now. This is where the Draenei start. Over here, Elwyn Forest is where the human players start. And then up here, I think right here, is where the gnomes and the dwarves start for the Alliance. And I will get to each of the Alliance ones in turn. I'm just kind of taking it area by area. I probably at some point do want to try doing one for the Horde as well. Obviously, this one is for the Alliance, but I think I do want to learn the Horde side of the story for a lot of this stuff. Some of it will have some overlap, but some of it will be a completely different side of the story. So, naturally, as an Alliance player, though, primarily, I am going to side with the Alliance for most of the stories. Oh, that was nice. That actually reminded me that I have neither of my buffs up. So, like I said, the first thing that I'm gonna do is go to the Flight Master by Exodar. I always get excited when I see the exclamation point, but it's just for the donation of wool. I don't think those exclamation points go away even after you get exalted with all of the reputations for the main cities. They might turn into blue exclamation points if I do them at some point, though. New flight path discovered. So now I'll be able to fly back to Darnassus if I need to. Or when I need to, I should say. But that won't be for a little while. It is a little... it is slightly similar aesthetics to the Night Elves, I guess. But I think that it's different enough that it's a refreshing change as well of setting. I think once I get over there to the very starting zone of the Draenei, I think I will end it just because it seems like the logical stopping place, so that in the next video I start in a brand new zone with a brand new storyline. But like I said, after I complete this island, there is the Blood Mist Island, and then it does take me back to where I left off in Aberdeen in Darkshore. Every once in a while, there will be like quests that take me to a completely different zone, which is fine, but that won't happen for a little while. It does happen in Aberdeen. I think there is a quest there that takes me to Westfall, maybe? Or like, I think it takes me to Stormwind, and then the person I talk to in Stormwind sends me to Westfall, and then I go back to Stormwind to turn it in, and then he sends me back, but I could be mistaken. But even like you saw just a little bit ago, Nessa sent me to Aberdeen to talk to somebody, and then he sent me right back. So it does happen, but on a larger scale for sure once you start getting to higher levels, and those quests get a little more complicated. A shaman? I do remember when I did play in Wrath of the Lich King, of course, when I made a shaman, it was a Draenei. I still have that character to this day, but it is a little sad that in the current retail content, they got rid of all the class quests. And it's sad, like the druid quest that I did a little bit ago. I don't think they have that anymore. And it's really sad because it takes out that feeling of being like your class being special and different than the other ones, and you kind of, to me, you got a little more understanding of like what it was to be, you know, a druid, or what it was to be a shaman. And so they took those out, and now it's just like, oh, here are my spells, and yep, here I go on my adventure. So it is a little disappointing in some of the retail content. So it is, to me, nice to go back to, in this case, the Wrath of the Lich King, and kind of have that again. It's nice and reminiscent. All right, so I am gonna leave it here. Actually, I'll leave my character right over here, because he is the one that is the first Draenei quest. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys will be joining me next time for my next video. I hope you all have a good night and have sweet dreams. Bye!